Welcome to my YouTube channel at Mindshift Media V4U. Story about the artist's canvas, episode 3. Arjun refused to paint, but the hunger grew unbearable. His hands trembled, his dreams were plagued with whispering voices, and his reflection no longer moved in sync with him. The paints sat untouched, yet the colors inside the vials swirled as if impatient. Then the disappearances began. Collectors, critics, even casual admirers of his work, vanishing without a trace. Their homes left undisturbed, except for a single edition, a new painting eerily familiar, yet unmistakably his. The missing people were inside them, frozen in silent horror. Desperation drove Arjun back to the canvas. If his art had become a doorway, perhaps he could paint his way out. He worked feverishly, sweat and blood blending with the cursed paints. The scene took shape, a world beyond, filled with shifting figures, hollow-eyed and waiting. And at its center himself, brush in hand, unfinished. As he made the final stroke, the shadow behind him moved. Cold breath caressed his neck.
You were always meant to stay.
Arjun stared at the painting, his own face captured in exquisite, horrifying detail. The eyes wide with realization, the hands frozen mid-brushstroke, the background a void of shifting figures, reaching, waiting. He stumbled backward, heart pounding. This isn't real, it can't be real. He grabbed a knife, slashing at the canvas, but the blade passed through it like mist. The painting remained untouched, mocking him. A slow clap echoed through the studio. Mr. Varma stood in the doorway, his smile wider than ever.
Magnificent, your true masterpiece.
You tricked me.
Oh, Arjun, you offered yourself the moment you accepted the paints. Every artist dreams of immortality. I merely granted your wish.
The studio darkened, the air thick with unseen movement. The figures in his paintings twisted, their hollow eyes now fixed on him. Arjun ran. The door wouldn't open. His reflection in the window wasn't his own, it was the shadowy figure from his first masterpiece, grinning. The studio walls seemed to stretch, pulse, breathe. He turned to the canvas one last time. His painted self raised its brush and blinked. A cold hand gripped his shoulder. Darkness swallowed him whole. The next morning, the studio stood empty. Only a new painting remained on the easel. Arjun, captured forever in oil and shadow, staring out with eyes that pleaded to be freed. But no one ever questioned it. In fact, critics hailed it as his finest work. Thank you for listening. My next story, Devil gives 20 gifts to humanity. If you want to know all these gifts, like share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, press the bell icon for more video notifications, and comment below.